The other one's ready, and I'll upload them both to YouTube tomorrow then.
Yeah,
I finished 3.
I finished one.
Yay! Yeah,
Uh,
tomorrow looks fiddly.
I like how it looks though. Like I saw the first clue, like the end of it. One of the testers posted.
Do you see Elsie pop?
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks the way, because I actually think the way that she's laid it out to take the photograph looks better than
yeah,
the video. You can really see it.
yeah, yeah. And I checked the polls; they still there. So you just relaunch them, and they should be fine.
Yes, got them.
Okay. So I'm letting everyone in. Ready?
Yep. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So we're gonna mute everyone for just now. Um,
There we go.
yeah. Welcome or welcome back. Love seeing you here. If you haven't seen if you weren't with us at 12, we are both super excited to start this year's knit along. Can't believe it's been a year.
It's gone quickly.
Super quickly. And you just finished the second show for yourself from last year. We saw the little dance that you did with Mark, so good timing.
He's a very good sport, bless him. I was like, we need to do a shawl dance. He's like, do we really? I was like, yes, we've got matching shawls now. We need to do a little shawl dance. Um, so yeah, bless him.
If you guys can put your cameras on, we would appreciate that, because this way when you participate, it lets us to spotlight you. And basically like the same idea. If you are new here, welcome. We love having you here. But if you're joining us for second or third time, you know the drill. So if you have something, if you want to volunteer to tell us something or show us something, please click on react, and there is a raise your hand emoji. So click on that, and we're gonna call your name. I'm just gonna spotlight Martin and myself for right now.
Yep.
Um,
And obviously, we just remind everyone you are here for the cast on party. There will likely be spoilers. So if you're one of those that haven't yet looked on the video on YouTube or on Ravelry or seen any pictures and you don't want to see spoilers, this probably isn't the call for you.
or
Uh,
just knit along and
or
like,
just knit along and then we'll do like spoiler alert and then you can disappear and look away from the camera or something. Just a friendly warning at the beginning that there may be someone that's finished one section.
ooh, ooh. It's not gonna be me.
No,
So
like I've said before, I really like this time zone difference for a small moment when I get ahead of you.
well, there's two things going on. One is the time difference. So you're ahead of me, so you have an advantage in that. And the second one, I had this desire on Monday to start designing a new sweater. So I'm sort of in the middle of it. Here, this is a sneak peek of
Just
upcoming.
smashing out a test net, you know.
So I was just like, I want to have another project on my needles while, like, if I ever get, ahead of time. So I decided to do that. But yeah, so I might be sometimes a little bit behind just because once I get into some project, like it's hard for me to stop. But since Martin has been teasing me from the very morning about how far ahead of me he is, I had to start a little bit. So
No,
I did.
but because I messaged you the picture to say, look, I've made two, and you went, I've not started yet. I was like, really? That on MKAL day? You haven't started? So yeah, you had to join in.
Yeah. So and plus I wanted to see how my colors look. So you know how like difficult it was to choose the colors for me. So I eventually went with just some dyers that I really liked. One of them is one of my all-time favorites, Kitey. And so it's hard to see in this light, but it's like peachy kind of white, yellowish with pinks
It looks
little
great.
things.
It's here. I've seen it. I've
So
seen him join somewhere.
yeah, so this is his color,
Very
and
good.
then the main color is by Fiber Hustle. And then I found another color that's like pretty much matching the main color. It's like a little lighter and pinker, but that's gonna be my mohair deer maybe. Or somebody talked about unicorn tears. I couldn't find the unicorn tears, but I found this sparkly thingy, so that might also appear somewhere in my thing. And
That looks
spoiler
so good.
alert, I'm gonna show you my progress since the 12 o'clock thingy. So if you don't want to see it, look away for a second. But like this is how it looks, and I'm really pleased with those colors, and those little specks on Kitey's yarn just make me so very happy every time I reach that point in the yarn when there's like a little prolonged period of like pinks and
And in the
oranges.
the little flecks
Yeah.
tie in so well with the solid color. They just look, they're a perfect combo.
So show me your progress since we last
So, Sleep,
talked.
I've gone for something really subtle this year.
Oh, yeah.
I know. So we've gone for the pink and the green. And I finished one and two, and I had three on the needles on the earlier call, and I finished three. Woohoo! I'm
And honestly,
feeling
until we finished that 12 o'clock call, I didn't even look at the like how the first clue supposed to look like. I saw a little bit of about the bubbles in the video. Like I didn't watch the entire video, right? I decided like I went straight to the end. I saw like a glimpse of bubbles. I was like, okay, these colors will work. But when I saw since 12 o'clock, I saw one of the testers posting her first clue, and it looks amazing. I'm actually really excited about.
Yeah, same. And it's
Uh,
nice because I managed to tie annual leave off work at the same time as this. So I'm no, I'm ahead, I think, of where I want to be because I feel like the next section is going to be a lot of knitting with the
Wait,
joining.
and you have tomorrow off, right?
I've got tomorrow off as well, and we're not doing anything Saturday or Sunday. Like we might need to see family at some point, but they can come here. I'm knitting MKAL. So I'm optimistic at the
Yeah,
moment that I
you,
can
you,
finish clue
you're
one.
totally gonna be ahead of me this time.
I will finish clue one. The downside then is I won't be off work again for the rest of the MCAL, so I won't be able to stay ahead. What I probably should have done is taken 2 Fridays, clue one, clue two. I should have maybe planned it out a bit better. It's fine.
Well,
So
let's do our first poll and see where you guys are joining from.
yes, it should be coming up on screen now. So give us a little tick. Let us know where you are.
Oh, we got Australian and New Zealand.
Woo! We didn't have any Australia or New Zealand on the early call, which is understandable because it would have been really early for you folks.
Right.
T, don't pull face. Did you tick Australia? I don't think no one ticked Australia.
No, last time we didn't have any
No, we did.
Australia. Can people from Australia and New Zealand raise your hand? We wanna say hello.
Three from Australia, New Zealand. I'll share the result in a moment. We'll just give everyone a final minute, final couple of seconds to respond. Right. Let me end the poll and share it with you. So there we go. So unsurprisingly, most people from US and Canada now, because it's late, it's like 10 past 11 at night here.
And we have a whole bunch from South Africa in the earlier party.
Yeah. Europe and
So,
Africa were repped in the other call.
yeah.
But yeah, does anyone want to come off then and tell us a bit about where you are? Have you started? How far through are you? Feel free, pop your hand up, come and say hello.
Patrick, just unmute yourself.
Hi, I've been kind of having a little dramatic last few days. My car got stolen, so I've been
Oh,
I'm a little bit down and depressed, but I'm slowly building up my excitement. I had dreams all last night about the MKAL, and it was I was hanging out with Steven, and we were like having this MKAL party in my dream with Steven somewhere in Europe. It was kind of fun, but I'm
that's
happy
the
that I
best
had.
dream to have.
I know, right? So I know the excitement's there, but this is all I have, like just a few rows. So it's not really a spoiler at all. But
You cast it on. That's what we're
You
doing here.
started.
yeah,
Cast
I've been
on.
waiting for this party. So
Yeah, it's a cast on party, so you
yeah,
did. I'm so sorry about your car. It's like first
yeah,
fire, now the car stolen. It's gonna
yeah,
get better from now on. It has
Yeah,
to
it
be
can only
like
it can only go up.
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I hope.
Well, I'm so glad you join our party.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Andrew, do you want to unmute yourself?
Sure. So,
Welcome back. You were here last year with us, weren't you?
Yeah, changing my
Yeah,
right
Patrick
panel
as
here.
well. We have
Yeah,
both Andrew and Patrick.
here's my
Yep.
geogradient. It turned out. So, yep. I ended up going with Martin, or not Martin, Steven's original variation last year. So,
Oh, okay.
so this year, I literally just cast on as I started the meeting because I was really busy today. So I literally just finished row 3 of the first semicircle thing. So, but my colors, I've got this.
Okay.
So this one is from a company called Pearl Talk. It's called Usoxy Thing. I used it.
Nice.
Yeah, I use this yarn in my twists and turns, but different colors. But it's called Mad About Saffron. That's the color.
Yep.
And then I have 200-gram skeins of that. And then this one is a Scheckmeyer Regia. But these are 115-yard skeins, so I have 7 of them.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So
There's definitely a theme on the colors with you. With your shirt and last year's shawl and this year's shawl.
yeah, this just happened to be what I had in my stash. I usually try to change my colors up.
They look really good.
Yep. I pulled from stash since I'm in between jobs at the moment. So
Well, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
No, stash is all worthwhile.
So
Thank you for being back with us. Christine, would you like to unmute yourself?
Hello.
Hey.
I'm one of the Australians. So yeah, it's great that you're holding a meeting at this time. Thank you, so that we can join in. That's great. So I cast on, would have been Thursday evening for us, and I got 1 done.
Yep.
And I'm partway through my second one.
That's beautiful.
Going.
What's the second color? It's hard to tell.
I've got a black and a purple.
Nice.
So this is really old stash, which is great. It's about 10 years old. And then I've got some lilac-y pink mohair.
Oh, that's
I just like to use that.
Lovely.
So, yeah.
Beautiful. And we have a few, like for Humans of Westknits, I added a few meetings at this time for the Australian and New Zealand friends. So hopefully you can make those just check the complete schedule. We're gonna put it under this video as well. So just check and make sure that if you have free time, join us. We would love to see your progress.
That's great. Thank you.
Christine, did you see that it went live a little bit? The video went live a little bit early. I missed it. I was asleep, but I wondered if you, being in Australia, did you get the notification?
I kept checking my emails and my Ravelry mail, and it wasn't, because it normally comes up, I think, about 6 or 7 p.m. for us on the Thursday night.
Right.
And then I thought, oh, I'll just go into the pattern and see if there's an update. And there was an update, which came through about half an hour or so earlier than I'd checked. So I'm going to do that next week.
Because I think someone said on the video,
I don't think the video was
the video went live for a short period of time. So because I woke up and someone a message going, "Oh my God, it looks amazing." I was like, "How have you seen it?" And then it turned out that the video went live a few hours and then it got taken down again. But there was a few people had jumped ahead and had seen it. I wondered if because of
I think it was by mistake, because it wasn't like nobody got like notification about it. It just popped on YouTube.
Got added into a playlist, I think, into the MKAL playlist.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here. Brenda, do you want to introduce yourself?
Is that it?
That's it?
Did I do it?
Hello.
Hi. I live in Massachusetts, in New England.
My neighbor.
My mother is very close to you.
Yeah.
So anyway, I've been working on my snowflake that I got the yarn for several years ago. That's moving along real nice. But I stopped to start today, and I've not finished the first one yet.
I love those colors though.
So it's pulled out the ones I haven't wound yet because you might see the color better. Maybe not.
Oh, nice.
That's a Malabrigo. And this is also a Malabrigo. And it's pink, but it's got little bits of lavender and blue in it.
Mm.
So I think they look okay together.
Mm.
Yeah. So
yeah, they look great.
See.
Nice, because you've got one that's almost like a really nice framing color as well, with the darker.
Yeah, they do. They do contrast pretty well. So,
yeah.
Oh, the light's shining through it. I'm not where I usually am because we're having the floors done tomorrow morning. So we've got everything piled into one room. So anyway, and I forgot to sign in at noontime. That would have been a better time for me. But anyway.
Well, we're glad you're here now.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Okay. So hopefully I'll make all the other ones because I haven't put them on my calendar, so I keep forgetting.
Yeah, please save that schedule and
yeah,
if you
absolutely.
Join.
I also got mohair.
Oh, I love that. That's beautiful.
I had two. Oh, okay. So I got kind of a lilac one, and I got this blue one, which I think looks really nice with the pink. That's actually blue.
Yeah, that'll go really lovely together.
Yeah, because there's a little bit of blue in the pink. So we'll see. I haven't done any mohair dares today. So we'll see where it's going.
Martin, that's like a perfect time to show your swatch. Let's talk about that mohair dare of yours.
So I swatched all my colors, and so these sections here are just the plain colors. So that's the pink and the green. Then you can see there's it looks a little bit lighter when I added the green fluff in, but this is the one I'm going to do. So I've got black fluff, black suri.
And I think it's like more of Wicked, right? Like
that's much more of Alphabet. Yeah, it's a bit moody, it's a bit greeny. So I did try it with the black and the pink just to see what that would look like. Depending on where it goes in the pattern, but the black and the green is definitely
it's very dramatic.
Yeah, so that as a kit.
And you're gonna have combination of both because you started with just green, but then you're gonna add mohair there, and it's gonna have those darkest.
Yes, and because in Stephen we trust. So he said no mohair this week. So I've gone traditional and I've just gone for normal pink and green. And then we'll add, but because he said that the mohair will go with a contrast color, that's why I've used the pink as my main. So then I can get the black in with the green. I think that's going to look really cool.
Joy,
Well,
do you want to unmute yourself?
Sure. Hello.
Oh, welcome
hey.
back.
Thanks. So these are my colors. Oops.
Oh, wow.
Ah, if you
Hold
can
them
see
right
it.
in front of yourself.
Yeah, hold them in front of you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. It's much more bright in person.
It looks
But,
super
yep.
colorful anyway.
Yeah. And I have only done this much because I had work to do. Actually, I checked the pattern early this morning, about 15 minutes before it's supposed to go live.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it was there, and I was in the middle of the meeting, and I was rushing my
It's like, get off the line.
get off the line. I need to do something else.
So last year you were crocheting part of that shawl. Do you think
Yes, I did. I
you
did.
pull out your crochet hook this year?
I might. It depends. Most likely, it's probably towards the end, maybe the border. It depends on what it looks like. I haven't decided yet. I went straight to the end when I saw the video up.
And are you team stash or team?
I am team both.
Team both.
Team both.
Well, let's.
I was like
do the poll
Martin.
for everyone else.
Yeah, I bought a kit just because I wanted the goodies. And I was quite disappointed that they didn't have the sew on label. That's what I was
that's
after.
what we were talking about, that this year they didn't have the label, the bag. So
yeah, but
now
I
like
bought,
that pin like made, you know, it's
Yep.
like how we can see that it was a clue of sorts, right? The pin that you got.
yeah, I bought this anyway, pretending that it might be part of the goodies.
Yeah, I went out earlier and I just had my loose, but and I
Yeah.
need to find a bag of something. I need to probably get last year's out, but it's still because I've only just finished.
Yeah, and I also bought, this is very subdued. It's the green and blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's very subdued, and I figured I feel more alive using the others. This is Team Kit, the others Team Stash.
There we go.
Yep.
And so we have majority. Can we see the results
Yep.
again?
Let me share the results.
So majority is Team Stash this year, and we have some Team Hand Dye. Whoever is Team Hand Dye, do you wanna also share your story with us and tell us how you decided on what colors you're gonna dye?
Yeah, pop your hand up if you were one of the dyers.
Before we get to Katie, who I'm suspecting is Team Dye, Catherine, you wanna tell us how you went to about it? Oops.
I'll do it.
Are you gonna let me in? Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I had started, I'd hoped that I would be able to make it through the morning meeting because everything was very quiet in the office. I was getting lots of reports written, and I thought, well, I can do that while I'm listening in the background. And then I was on talking, and then the phone started ringing and ringing, and it never stopped ringing until I had to rush
Always
to
the way. Best laid plans.
How was
Exactly.
the dentist office? Was okay?
Not as bad as it could have been. I need a mouth guard, and so there, you know, I had mold in my mouth for a while.
Oh.
But I thought I did manage to make one more row on my first one, and I'm really hoping to get at least one done tonight. Unfortunately, I have to work tomorrow, but we are off early, so it's I have for anybody that I guess is new, I have a punk rock unicorn kit that is the turquoise version of the neon mystery kit. And I also have a neon mystery kit. As I didn't know whether I'd like the neon mystery kit, I got a Twisted Ambitions kit. So I started with 2 kits and I kind of ended up, I still consider myself to have 2 kits because now I'm saying that the Twisted Ambitions kit is going to be for a spring summer shawl because it's magenta and yellow. So I'm so I guess it's 2.5 kits because it's sort of,
I forgot.
and
you
if I
had
don't,
multiple kits.
yeah. And if I, depending on what the pattern is for this, I was thinking I would either make another one with the colors reversed, because right now I'm using this as the main color and this is the contrast color. But I thought I could use the yellow as the main color and then the black with yellow flashes as the contrast color and see how that works. And it would depend on what the final shawl looks like. Or I'll make a starflake from it because I haven't made a starflake yet. But I also didn't bring to work this morning my mohairs. And so I have the neon purple that came with the kit that is the contrast to this. But I also have mohair that goes with it. And I do have some black, but I was thinking I might pop this in every once in a while paired with.
That sounds good.
But one of the things I was thinking was I instead of pairing it with all the time, I might hold it double. And I was thinking Martin might want to hold his black double and it would be really sharp in between the pink. Pull from the inside and pull from the outside at the same time. And I'm thinking I might do that a couple times depending on what the situation is.
Yeah,
I did it in my
considered
geo
that.
gradient a couple of times, and that's what allowed me to do a couple of extra dip stitch rows because I was able to use the mohair instead of so I saved on yarn.
Yeah.
And it looks really great. So I thought that was an idea. So anyway, now because I'm home, I can have something in my coffee that's a little bit less suitable for work. And I don't have to worry about the phones ringing.
Even
So
better.
anyway, so thank you very much. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Like I said, I'm hoping that I
Thank
can
you.
finish tonight.
No, thank you.
Elisa, do you wanna unmute yourself?
I hope that worked. I've never done this before.
Welcome.
So new to this, but I have watched Irina on multiple times, and Martin's blog I watch frequently.
Thank you.
So I'm from Palmerston, North New Zealand, and mine is hand dyed, which I did about 3 weeks ago because I knew that this was coming up.
Yeah.
So yeah, merino superwash from Skeins in New Zealand. So yeah.
Do you often dye your yarn, or was it like also one of the first?
Apart from shawlography, which was my first, I've dyed the yarn for everyone since then.
Amazing.
Yeah. I just like playing with yarns. Purple is a colour that I haven't used before in a shawl, so this is my first with purple.
They look really good together. I love the little variegated and then the semi-solid.
Thank you. Yeah, I used the same purple and I didn't realise it was going to split into lots of different speckles. And then I put some yellow speckles over the top because I know it's complementary to the purple. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm so glad we have New Zealanders here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome because you gave us the times early enough so that I could work out how to use the platform.
Thank you. And I hope you can join the future meetings because we have
I will try.
work for you.
Absolutely.
Join us.
Hello, hello.
Heidi.
Heidi's here. You've always got an Australian on your call, but I live in London, so you know, whatever.
What?
I have progressed despite crying at the television this evening watching Long Lost Family and Heartstopper. I don't know why I put myself through it, but anyway.
That was an intense night of telly.
But it was really intense. So they're my two colours. You can't see one of them because it's black.
I can't believe you're knitting with black. Actually, yeah, black yarn at this time of night.
No, I'm charging the Mighty Sight glasses have been in action and they've run out of battery, so I'm charging them up again. So I've had the top lights on, which is not a popular choice in our house. Anyway, I'm dyeing black and white, and I'm loving it. This is the second one that I've done that I'm sort of doing. But I've already done as I said in the previous call, I've already done a mohair dare, but I don't use mohair, so I'm calling it a you do you boo. Because I'm using boo clay, which I dyed the most vibrant orange I could get to stick to the yarn.
Looks so good.
And I've popped an orange boucle stripe in that one. And there's going to be an orange boucle stripe probably here. And I think I'm going to start the last one with the boucle.
So you're going to place in different places in each one.
Yeah, different place in each of the arches. And I've also added, I've got beads waiting in the wings, and I think beads might be going in the end of the.
So I just got beads in the mail yesterday because I was knitting a sweater like recently that required beads, and I ran out, so I ordered more, and they came yesterday, and I was like, I wonder if it's a sign.
Yeah, it is. I think it's a sign. I've got 2 colors just in case, and yeah, I just dyed something completely different for myself because normally I dye all the colors, and I just thought, no, this year I'm doing like complete monochrome, apart from my
How did the boucle? So is it 4-ply boucle? Did you say, or DK boucle? I don't
4-ply boucle, and I held it. I'm holding it single because it actually came up like the right sort of width and stuff, but it is lovely and fluffy, really nice. I've never knitted with boucle before, but I'm a fan already. So yeah, so
nice.
That's me.
Purchase.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Catherine, do you want to unmute yourself?
Yeah, hi. I think I showed you before my 2 colors, which is a bright orange and a peach. It's showing up lighter on here than it is. But I realized that I may have set myself up for an issue because I decided to do it this way round, where the main color is the lightest color, the peach. And then when I watched the video, the colors look really similar to Stephen's colors, but in reverse. So now I'm thinking, when I'm following the video, am I going to get confused because he's using his lightest color where I'm using my orange color? And so maybe at the moment I'm okay, but I'm thinking when it gets more complicated, I might get confused.
I wonder if it's like a horrible idea to change the colors like, you know how like Katie does a stripe in a different place? Do you guys think it would be a bad idea to switch midway and do like one half circle with the opposite colors? It's probably gonna mess up the edge.
My worry is because I don't know what's coming, you know, I'm gonna get even more confused if I do that.
Yes.
We don't want to add extra mystery to the mystery.
Yeah.
That's the joy of the mystery for me.
Yeah. Mimi, do you wanna unmute yourself? Oh wait, you didn't ask for it, but
no, but I have a question though.
Go for it.
Wait. I'm dropping stitches. Very exciting. Yeah.
My trick. Waving the needles around, then people.
Yes, that's exactly what's going on. So it looks lovely. I'm happy. And now you guys were talking about the sparkly stuff, and I got this. I was in London 2 weeks ago, and I got.
Ooh,
that's sparkly.
That's really sparkly.
And then that one.
Oh, I love that.
So now I don't know what to do.
Well, I mean, the sparkle, it's like it's easy to add them sporadically, right? Like you can add the light sparkle with the light place, with the light yarn, and then the darker sparkle with the darker yarn.
Oh, okay.
Oh, double sparkles.
Ooh, I like it.
I'm actually thinking of adding, like now Katie is like putting my mind on fire because now I'm thinking it doesn't have to be all the same. And maybe I'll add sparkles to the second one, like the center one can have sparkles and then the other ones without.
As Katie would say, you do you, boo.
Yeah.
But I love that because then we don't know what's coming. So you kind of got to make the decision in the week. And I guess, you know, there's never a right or wrong answer, is there, you know?
Right. Well, let's do the next poll. Let's ask our next question.
I wonder if we switch the polls around a moment and we do because we've just been talking about the mystery. So let's do the mystery part of the shawl, love it or hate it. So, because we know that Irina's not necessarily like she's here and she's doing it, but she still wishes she could see the entire shawl and then could make a decision.
Yeah,
We still
Mimi,
force her with
what's your relationship with mystery? Are you a fan of mystery?
I'm a fan of mystery. I like it. I like it, and I liked all the. I love it, and I love the variation. Kitey's stripe in there. I'm like, ooh, that's so fun. Like that's so good. And I love that changing the so good because everybody does it differently, and it's so good. So I love it, and you know, it kind of keeps us on our toes, doesn't it? Like,
well, when you saw the video coming, did you watch it? Did you go to the end? No.
No.
Oh, a proper mystery. So, do you not know what's coming?
I don't know what's coming. I don't care if it's spoiled or not. I honestly, I was just at work and I couldn't do it. So, yeah, so I'm good. I'm good. I'll figure it out. I'll see.
Oh, that's amazing. Because I don't like to go to the end, so I like to watch the video as I'm going. And in the group chat with Kitey and others, I was like, right, I'm going dark. You folks chat about it. I'll be back in an hour. So I could see all the voice notes popping up as they were talking about it, and I just left them to it. And I didn't watch the whole video for an hour. I kind of, once I realized then we were replicating it, I kind of skipped on. So I probably watched the whole thing in about 25 minutes, maybe half an hour.
We have some people who are not like fans of mystery much. Can you guys raise your hand and tell me why?
Yeah. If you're not a fan of Team Mystery, come and talk.
For me, it's like it's a little bit of it's not just that I don't like mystery, right? It's the like I trust Steven in that. It's the fact that there is like timed clues. So I feel like if I start the project, I just want to like fly through the project. So the necessity of sitting there and waiting for the next clue to drop is a little bit like driving me nuts, right? And especially like when we started this whole thing, I was a one project girl. So that was even more difficult because I would sit there and like wait for the next clue to drop. But now, thanks to the horrible bad influence of Martin here, I'm a multiple project girl, and that's not an issue anymore. So I'm not opposed to mystery anymore. Joy, do you want to?
That's also part of your speed of knitting, though, right? Because I'm definitely team embrace your pace. So we often don't have that problem that we're waiting for the next clue.
No,
we're
for sure.
often a couple of weeks behind.
Yeah, no, that makes the difference, right? Like if you have multiple projects, you're not sitting there and waiting for the next clue to drop.
For sure.
Joy, are you not a fan of mystery?
Not so much. I mean, waiting for the next clue is mystery enough, but I just want to see the whole design. And if it's something that I really would like to do. I mean, the colors for me, that can be outrageous, but the design itself, I do know that Steven's designs are out of this world. So that is good enough, but still, is it something that I would like to do or something I would like to wear? Because definitely they're not going to be gifted.
Well, so what happens to the show, like if you don't love it, right? Like what would you do?
I don't do it. So the twists and turns, I did not like it. So in the middle, well, not really in the middle. I was still on week 1 when I said I don't like it, and I was already late, and so I couldn't keep up, and so I was seeing week 3 already, and then eventually week 4, and then said I just don't like it.
So what's your thoughts about this one so far?
I'm waiting. I love my colors, so I'm guessing. I'm just guessing that maybe if I don't like the design, at least I love my colors.
Right. And this is the bit for me now is not knowing what's coming next, because if I manage to get, say I manage to get to Sunday night and I finish this week, I've got another kit with my greys and my yellows. Do I start this one again, or do I start a Starflake? Because I really want to make another Starflake, and I don't know whether I didn't plan that I would actually finish week 1 and then have that dilemma of, oh, do I start a second one? I like the idea of a second one, so then Mark and I can be shawl twins again. But also, I want to make another Starflake, and I feel like, I don't know. That's the mystery bit for me now, is I don't know where it's going, and will it be better than Starflake? I don't know.
Well,
To
my
wait.
colors excite me enough.
Yeah,
New day, new dilemma.
I know exactly.
Jade, would you unmute yourself?
Yeah.
Did
I like the mystery. I like the mystery bit in that we all come together with it. So I like the community bit, but I hate the mystery bit. I want that instant gratification. I want to know what it's like.
Yeah.
And I want the next clue because I'm going to run out of knitting too quickly. And yes, I've got like 9 other projects on the go, but I want the next clue on this.
Well, what's your prediction?
I don't know. This opening was such a surprise with how it connects together. I just can't see where it goes.
I mean, do you think it's going to be half circular shawl at the end? Like,
I think it's more likely to be half circular. But then I go back to twists and turns, and it's like that so wasn't the shape I thought it was going to be.
No.
Geogradient wasn't the shape I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I want lots of brioche.
I'm hoping with the end, because there's a picture of one of the test knitters when it is in the semicircle. And I'm hoping we're going to do the next bit. And then when we get this like tiny little bit here, then we're just going to do that really little bit of brioche. It's going to be a
big bit of brioche, loads of brioche.
Tiny bit.
No, hold on. So you think we're gonna be starting with like the outside border right now?
I think maybe.
No, because we'd never get to the point where the last clue is
that
tiny.
would be like way too small.
Hey, we've never done it that way before, right?
I
know, but you could fill the gap in and then come back out around the outside.
Yeah, my bet is that we're gonna go bigger and better on the outside. There is no way that shawl is just gonna go in. It's gonna be like way too small for Steven.
Yeah, no, it's got to get bigger.
Yeah. Brenda, do you wanna unmute yourself?
Okay. I have never really liked the mysteries. I've done a bunch, but usually I'll buy the pattern so I can see what it looks like, because that's a small investment compared to the yarn.
Yeah.
I didn't like the twist and turns either. I didn't do that one at all. I thought, boy, I would never have finished it because it was just looked so fidgety to me. Anyway, but when I bought Starflake, it was several years after, and I think it was like on one of his birthday sales, and I said, that's a nice one. I never even knew it was a mystery. So. And I only started it like last week, and I'm about halfway done. It really goes fast, but I didn't do the brioche. I've been teaching myself brioche. I've made a hat. It took me a long time, and I said, I'm not devoting that big of a piece of a big shawl to brioche. I would never finish it.
Yeah.
I'd still be doing it. Oh my God.
Yeah, I actually did the Starflake also like after the fact that it was like after it was done being.
Yeah, I see yours hanging up there. Yeah. So, I think it's a beautiful pattern, that one. And this one so far looks good because I did go all the way to the end of the part one. Because where are we going with all these little half moons here? So, but he always gives an alternate for brioche, is my understanding. So that's okay.
Yeah,
but,
there'll always be an option.
Yeah, so it's like I don't like starting something and then finding like a quarter way through, a third of the way through, oh, I'm not liking this at all. So what I was doing was buying the patterns and then go into all the spoiler alerts.
Right.
And taking a look at those and saying, oh yeah, I kind of like this one. Now I've got to I'm not going to be able to finish it because I got other stuff going and whatever. But especially when I was working, but I'm retired now. So
at some point I want to go back and make a texture time, because I feel like that's the ultimate brioche, that central section to start. I feel like I work my way up to it. I think that would be the ultimate, because it's a massive shawl, big, like they're my types of shawls. But I remember like, oh yeah, because like Starflake was my first one. It took me to like 2 hours to do 2 rows. Like the telly had to go off. I wasn't speaking to anyone. It was the anti-social shawl. My first MKAL, didn't really know what brioche was. No fear. Don't really know what this is. I'll just follow the video. And then it's a bit lumpy bumpy. There's a hole there, and one of the increases isn't in the right place. And it's fine. It was a learning experience, but that's why I want to make another one. But yeah, texture time, that's some proper brioche.
I'll have to look at that.
Yeah.
I think just by accident, it's many years ago that I came across Stephen West online, and he was doing a mystery knit along. So I signed up for it. He said, get 3 colors of yarn. He didn't give any really hints as to how close or different they should be or anything. So I went down to a local yarn shop, which is out of business now, and I picked 3 things, not really my colors, just 3 things I could get. And I made it. And then I went to a needlework knitting show some point after that down in Connecticut. And everybody had done it. They were hanging up all over the place. Some of them were gorgeous. Mine, 3 colors were a dark green, a light green, and a bright pink. It looked like I don't even know what it was called, but it was a long, thin triangle with a divot in one end. And people started saying, "Oh, that looks like a piece of watermelon."
Well, talking of like old shawls, let's do how many shawls you guys?
We're like one mine now. I was like, oh, we'll skip that. We'll stick. This is the poll question. Yeah. So how many have you done before?
Oh dear.
And if you're in the 9 to 12 bracket, be prepared to come off mute because we're going to need to talk to you about which one's your favorite.
Okay.
We didn't have anyone. We had someone last year that made them all. And we've got a first timer as well. Yeah, we'd love to chat to you. But we didn't have anyone on the last call that had made all of them. And we've got no one today.
Right.
It is impressive if you made more. Again, that's kind of like a bucket list thing, isn't it? To be able to go back. Obviously, I've never made them all as part of the MKAL, but it would be really cool to be able to go back and say, I've made them all. And you've kind of got the MKAL back catalogue. That would be great to do.
Right. Does anyone want to share their
yeah,
numbers?
we've got a lot of one first timer, but even like a good proportion of people, I was going to say customers then, I'm not at work, a proportion of people that have done less than 3. So again, some really newbies. So yeah, if anyone wants to come and chat to us. Hey, Joy.
This is my third. My first one was the showlography, then geogradient.
Yeah.
And then the third. So geogradient is right behind me.
Well, for people who are new to the MKAL, what would be your advice to them?
Just sit back and enjoy the ride.
And I think like that's important because Stephen does such an amazing job with his videos. And it's like really you feel like somebody's holding your hand and guiding you through that. So even if you're not sure about like if you're new to knitting or if you're new to Stephen, like somehow we all managed to finish it in the end.
Yeah.
I was a relatively new knitter when I started with showlography. And I think I felted my yarn, even if it was super wash when I started, because I have been repeating it over and over. I was getting frustrated, but I wanted to learn and I wanted to finish it.
They're definitely great. Adventurous beginners. If you can knit and put, you can do a wet. Like as Irina said, the videos are so good to give you, like even that. Like if you read the pattern for that, you're like, what am I doing? But you watch the video and like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Because again, it's just variations on the same stitches.
Yes.
Right. Catherine, can you please unmute yourself?
Yeah. I was just going to say this is my third. I started with twists and turns. And I hadn't done a shawl before. I'd knit a couple sweaters and some scarves, and I'd done some cabling and stuff. And I don't know why I decided to start it. I think maybe because of Martin. I had found Martin's YouTube channel. I was looking at some of the shawlography and the slipstravaganza, and I actually now have the yarn to do both of those. It's just I haven't been able to get started because I keep doing other things like the hybrid knit along shawls. So I have 2 hybrid knit along shawls. I've done the Aurora Cabin with its 1086 I-cord bind off, where I'm playing yarn chicken and hiding the shrinking ball behind my back so that I don't get as stressed. And I would just pull the yarn up, and if the tail wasn't visible, okay, I could knit some more. And I've also knit basket weaver. But I do, like I said, I have shawlography and slip stravaganza. I have the yarn ready to go. And now I have this kit that could turn into a starflake. So I always advise people, like in some of the knitting chat groups that I'm in or that are more local to me, to go for it. Because the people in the group are so helpful. And I always advertise this group because I said, you sign up, and between Martin and Irina and all of the people that join in, if you have any questions, like, they are more than happy to help you. And the videos, as you said, Stephen does excellent videos. And if you can knit and purl, and even the increases, he shows you how to do the increases. He shows you how to do the cast on and the cast off.
Yeah.
So, all you have to be able to do is knit and purl and watch a video.
It's that wonderful community vibe.
Yeah, absolutely. And just have a little bit of persistence. Like, if I'd seen the whole thing, this is why I like the mystery. Sometimes if I see the whole thing, I'll go, oh, I can't do that. Or I don't think it's going to look good. I won't bother. But, which is why I probably didn't do any before. But I find that if I'm doing it one bit at a time, well, I can do this bit, I can do that bit. And then all of a sudden, like that geo gradient, I mean, I swore, like when we had that, those turning around 4 times, I restarted. And and it was only because I loved that yarn so much. It was the lipstick kit from Punk Rock Unicorn.
Yeah.
That kept me going. And now that it's done, every time I wear it, I get people coming up and going, oh my God, that is striking. Like, did you make that? And because I don't know where you would get it. And so it's now my favorite so far. I'm looking forward to Slip Stravaganza because, and I've watched you make yours, Martin, twice now. That's my perspective, is the mystery keeps me going.
I gave my Slip Stravaganza a wash. It's pinned out over there, ready. I was like, it needs a bit of a freshen up. So it's washed and blocked. I can't wait to get it off the pins tomorrow so I can wear it out. Definitely my favorite. I love a big shawl. 5 skein madness. Lush.
Liz, do you want to unmute yourself? I'm still muted. There is on the left-hand side on the bottom, there is a mic that's crossed. If you click on it, it's going to unmute you.
Are we there yet?
There we go.
Right there.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thanks. Twists and Turns was my first MKAL.
Yeah.
And it took me almost the whole year to make it. I've started Geo Gradient. I'm stuck on the first wing of Clue 3 with all those beautiful feathers. And I've also got a quadrangle spires going because I just think that's one of the most beautiful things ever. So this will be my third MKAL. I'm using a yarn this is a purple yarn from a company in Florida called Olive and 2U Studios, and it's called Mountbatten. It's on just a really lovely fingering. And then I'm using for a complementary thing a variegated that is called Blossoming. So it's got purples and greens and whites in it.
Oh,
A little bit
nice.
of pink. So it's really going to be pretty, I think.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. So you didn't start yet, right?
I have not started yet because I watched the video all the way through this morning before I went to work.
Okay.
And so I just gotten home in time to set everything up to I'm so excited to get started, probably a little later this evening or tomorrow after work.
Yeah.
Actually, if you have size 4 needles near you, cast on 3 stitches and you usually start.
They're buried.
Although on the last call, I thought I was going to be clever then and can knit and chat, and then realized I made a mistake and ended up undoing 3 rows. So I basically was like, I'm not knitting anymore.
Yeah.
I can't talk and knit at the same time.
I'm really excited about it. It looks like it's going to be fun all the way through. I've done the modular stuff before, and I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited
Yeah.
to get up in the morning and start joining my semicircles together.
Me too. Well, I have to make them first. It might not be tomorrow morning. It might be Saturday or Sunday morning.
Do it
but
after Rhinebeck. Then I can stay ahead for a while.
no promises.
Yeah.
Abby, do you want to unmute yourself?
Sure. So I have done, this is my 5th year in a row. And so actually it was during Slip Stravaganza that I first found Martin. So I was working on my Slip Stravaganza and it was suggested on the side. And yeah, so 5 years ago now, right? 4
And we're
years
still
ago.
here together.
I know, look at us. And I've now, so I, like you, I want to go back and do the old ones. So I have tried to do like another one each year. So first I did building blocks a couple of years ago, and I actually gifted that to someone. And then I did exploration station last year. That one was really fun. That one, like, that's a really good one to do. So I don't know which one I'll do next, but I'll figure out one to do probably in the late winter or something. So
I like that idea. One new one from the back catalogue.
yeah.
Well, it might be hard if you do 2 at the time, Martin.
Well, I was just
right.
I know, but now we need to be shawl twins forever.
He could start doing exploration station right now or something.
Oh yeah, maybe I could.
No, you have to pick a 2-color one to do yours. So you can't do.
No, but maybe I could just have a look through my stash and I could find yarn to make one of the others.
Actually, maybe you can use the leftovers for exploration station because it's small pieces, right? The exploration station, it's like
it is, yeah. I mean, it calls for 4 colors, but you could do it in however many you wanted. Yeah, because you just keep adding a section on back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So yeah, you could do it.
Let's see how far I get this weekend. But yeah, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll start a 3rd shawl. It's nothing connected.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
Jean, do you want to mute yourself?
There.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi.
So Slip Stravaganza was my first one, and I decided to go with colors that aren't in my wheelhouse.
Love that.
Because
wow.
Isn't it just fun to stretch out and try something new? And this was a kit, so I knew a Stephen West kit, so I knew it was going to work. I just had to trust. And so that's one piece of advice I have is be willing to try something that's out of your comfort zone. This year, I decided not to do that. I'm going with right in my wheelhouse, blues and greens. This is one of the Dark Omen kits, the Mandrake Hunter kit.
Yeah.
It's my first time working with the Dark Omen yarn, so that's good. And the other thing I noticed, I wanted to let folks know, somebody in the non-spoiler, no spoilers Clue 1 thread has put a spreadsheet where they've mapped out all of the rows for Clue 1, the number of stitches you're knitting. It's like this whole spreadsheet thing. They've linked to it on Ravelry inside of the thread for the Clue 1 no spoilers. And I'm not doing that. I'm doing my usual piece of paper, but it's going to be really fun to see at the end how many stitches, because I never go back to count the number of stitches, but if someone else has done that for me, that's interesting.
Right.
I live blog because I was watching the video in order. I kind of did my live reaction bit, and I think there's a bit, it definitely was in a voice note to Katie, but it may have been a recorded bit going, hang on, we're on 330 something stitches in week 1. No, what are you doing? There was definitely that reaction at one point. And then there was how am I joining these together? There was a few responses, I think, for my next Vlogtober video. I was like, I don't know where we're going with this. Definitely was confused at that point.
Yeah, but they're not here today. I've done all of these with 2 of my sisters. And so every year as it starts to get closer, it's like, oh, we're going to do it again. Oh, I have a huge stash. Oh, I've got all this stuff. And then one of them goes, kits are launching. And so we're all like, click, 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 every single time. So it's also really fun to see their choices, just like it's fun to see people here's choices.
Yeah.
It adds some extra meaning. It's an additional community for me. So thank you for this community. It's a lot of fun to be here.
No, you
Actually,
are welcome.
perfect time to ask our next question about our usual colors versus.
We literally are like one mind today because we're switching the questions round and we're both picking up the cues going, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, Nikki, do you want to come off mute and chat to us while we wait for that poll to
I
go
just
through?
wanted to jump in real fast and say this is my my second shawl, but my third year. I was with you guys in spirit last year.
Oh, great.
But this thing was in timeout still because it upset me so much.
Same.
I would work on it for a week and then it would be in timeout for a month. And then I'd work on it for a week. It was the most ridiculous thing ever. But I paced myself this last 4 months so I'd have it done, and I finished last week. And I live in the Pacific Northwest in the US, and so my clues launch at 1 a.m. I took a nap yesterday at dinner time, and so then I was up at 1 a.m. By 1:05 I had the printout, I cast on.
That's commitment.
I took like 3.5 hours to do my first rainbow, and I was like, oh, there's 3. So I don't know, I just plugging along. Yeah, and I know that there's green in this one too, so it's kind of my usual, but my weird color is like ridiculously pooling purples and blacks and creams.
Oh, nice.
So I know there's green in this one too, but they really are a little different.
I really like the green and the purple.
Yeah, well, I liked this with the raspberry pop, but I don't know, that deep dark purple with this green is one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's lovely.
So, and my mohair bear is like oh, sorry, go ahead, Irina.
No, I said it's interesting that like 67% using something new for them this year.
Which is not what we had on the other call.
Yeah. So if you guys have something like totally outside of your comfort zone and like brand new and pushing yourself,
like me.
Nikki, go ahead. Like, I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's all good. No, some of them is new, but I like kind of stick with me. I tried to join you guys earlier, but I was doing emergency babysitting and like the 18-month-old was not having it. So I think I got like five minutes of what was going on.
Well,
anyway,
that's also a neat segue. These will be published. These will be posted on my channel. I'll upload them all because it's midnight now here, so I'll upload them in the morning. So they'll be on there tomorrow morning up on YouTube. So you can watch.
Awesome.
You can watch the first one back as well if you want to watch yourself back.
I'm probably in the background feeding the baby, getting up, getting down, getting up, getting down. Anyway, I'm being back in, and it's all you guys.
Oh, you're breaking up a little bit, but thank you. Sherry, do you want to unmute yourself?
Mine is half and half. Like I got the bad omen, dark omen. So the dark green is my normal color, like I do dark, but then the secondary, this is not in my color normally. And then I went really out with the mohair, like highlight.
Wow.
That's good. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use them together or hold 2 strands and have like a really bright, depends on where it falls in the pattern.
Yeah.
So way out of my color zone. Yeah.
Was there a reason why you pushed yourself then this year?
Because it's Stephen West. So I'm like, if I'm going to do one, I might as well do crazy color. Yeah. And this is my second. I did twist and turns, skipped last year, and I'm doing this one. And both are because of Martin, because I found your channel a couple years ago when you were doing it. And I was like, I'm going to try it because I'm also a new knitter, but his videos are so clear that I wanted to push myself and try something new.
Yeah.
So.
Do we have any other polls?
we have one more, which is our favorite one. Are we mohair daring this year? So totally not for me, or embellish it differently. So Kitey's already told us about his boucle. Is anyone else doing something different? We know that Mimi's doing some sparkles. Anyone else doing something different or not doing? Joy, what are you up to?
Beads, beading.
Beads.
Yes, I did it with my geo gradient. I'm thinking of adding sparkles and beads. I'll also do mohair.
Well, let's talk about beads for a second, because it's like all garter and stockinette so far. Like, is there logical place to add beads for you? Because like I was thinking about it today, but then I was like, where do I place them?
Normally, I would finish a piece first, and then I'll
Oh, you
just
sew it.
crochet top stitch it with crochet.
Okay.
Ah.
Because I usually like add beads as I need. So I was actually thinking about it, but then I was like, where am I gonna place
I have the very small one, so I need a very, very small hook to do that.
Yeah.
Because you're right though, Irina, because I think it depends on the style of the pattern. So I know Kitey's done beads on his slip extravaganza on the little triangle sections, but it works perfectly because the bead just tops the triangle. But I guess it's difficult then to not know where the patterns go. It's hard.
All the patterns I used for beading was like lace. So there's usually like some sort of, top of the triangle or top of the leaf.
Yeah.
Was center of the leaf. So there's like some logical place to put beads. And here I was like thinking about it, but I'm not yet clear of where. Maybe in the bubbles.
Oh, in the center of the bubble.
Yeah.
On the point.
Like bubble on the bubble.
Oh my God, a bubble and a bead. That's a lot to think about. I'm not sure I've got the eyesight for these beads either. I seeing how teeny, like, yeah, I'd have to take my contact lenses out and I'll be like this. I can't, no.
It's fun.
It's not for me. It's like I've never tried lace knitting, and I always look at your things and I'm like, okay, let's do it. And I'm just like, oh, it's really fine. And I'm not sure.
It's also like IT is like talking beads, but he has black yarn. So I don't know. Black yarn makes it even more difficult to play with beads there.
Yeah, Kitey's gone boucle and beads. He's throwing the kitchen sink at it.
Yeah.
So that's it for our poll. Is there anyone else that wants to come and chat about your colors, questions, thoughts? If you want to do that before we wrap up, feel free to pop your hand up now.
Andrew? Wait, where did Andrew go?
I was going to say,
right here.
There he is. We lost you.
Yeah, I was going to say that I actually made some progress here.
Excellent.
This has all been done since the meeting started. So I just finished row 17 in my first one. So
nice.
Great
so
going.
Yep.
Halfway there, basically.
Yep. So,
You're underway.
Wanted to share my progress since I didn't have any at the beginning.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Well, we almost forgot to do a very important thing, Martin.
Oh.
So cheers to all of you thank you for joining us today, and let's raise a glass to the very successful knit along. Let's hope we don't have too much drama and we have a lot of mystery and surprises.
I've put you all on gallery mode so you can all see each other, and I can film you. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. It's been so much fun today.
So we're gonna put the full complete schedule in the description of this video. So guys, please, like, if you have even a few minutes, just join our future Zooms and say hello and show us your progress. It's always fun to see some of the familiar faces and to meet some new friends here. And tell your friends to join us as well. And if you're on YouTube, right, where some people gonna watch it on replay, please subscribe to our channels. So it's Knit 365 blog and Fiber Chats, because we're gonna do stuff between the two channels and you don't want to miss that. And we're trying to get some new people to see this.
I've got 12 people to go to hit 10,000.
We can get there like by tomorrow morning.
If you're on and you don't follow me, go and follow Knit 365 and hit that subscribe button.
And it
I'm
costs
going to go to bed shortly. Can I get 10,000 before I wake up? That would be amazing.
Yeah, let's do it. So click that subscribe button. It costs nothing, and you're gonna see the future collaborations that we're doing.
Yeah,
And
so the playbacks will both be on my channel, and then the humans will be on Irina's channel. And yeah, I can't wait to see folks' progress, especially how everyone's yarns are so completely different, with some really high contrast and some low and they all look great together because it's only the two colors. So I really can't wait to see how those colors all interact and play together. It's going to be a fun month.
Thank you so very much to everyone who joined. And Martin, thank you for staying up so late. It's
I'm actually feeling all right, aren't I? Like, I feel like us Brits, I feel like we're all right.
Yeah. I mean, it's not horribly late. It's
no, it's not. Well, no, I was in bed at 9:45 last night.
Yeah.
I'm an old man now. I can't stay up late.
Yeah, welcome to the club. Thank you everyone for joining us, and we'll see you Saturday, hopefully, for Humans of Westknits discussing Clue 1. So we'll go more details. Thank you. Night.
Bye.
Bye.